NBA is a game of consistency, and many players have let themselves go during their careers, from being obese to full-blown gunfights. There is nothing that the NBA has not seen. Let's talk about some of the examples. Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum was the youngest player to ever appear in an NBA game, averaging 22.4 points, 16.8 rebounds, and 5.3 blocks per game. He started his career with the LA Lakers straight from high school. He survived many knee injuries during his games. His attitude took the best of him and cost him his career. During his 2008-2009 season, the Lakers won the NBA title with Bynum in it. In 2012, Bynum earned his All-Star NBA title with 8.7 points and 11.8 rebounds. Due to his disrespectful attempt at shooting threes, he was sent to the Philadelphia 76ers. He had his last season in 2013-2014 after his knee surgery. He was confronted by his teammates for misbehavior during practice. He was then deported to the Chicago Bulls and then to the Indiana Pacers, where he played 2 games and retired just at the age of 26. Now at the age of 36, he has been trying for a comeback, but he had no luck in that. Allen Iverson. No one is unknown with the name of Allen Iverson. He was an 11-time All-Star, won the MVP, and was the league scoring champion 4 times with an average of 26.7 points and 6.2 assists. Iverson served a great time with the Sixers on the court, but it cannot be said the same for his attitude off the court. Iverson missed many practice sessions and was not serious about his training. He had many complications with his coaches and teammates. On confrontation, he had a clash with coach Larry Brown and was deported to the Denver Nuggets. He played with them for 1 season and was then traded to the Detroit Pistons. After waiting for 1 year, Iverson set off for retirement with a statement that said, "I would rather retire than be a bench player." He later tried to come back for the Sixers, but there was no success. Shawn Kemp. Shawn Kemp is also a name that has somewhat wasted his talent. With a height of 6'10" and dunking ability, he was compared with legend Michael Jordan. So what happened? During the 1996 finals, Shawn Kemp played a historical game even though lost to Michael Jordan's Bulls at the end. But after the game, Shawn Kemp was named the Rain Man as he earned 18 points and 14 rebounds. After the game, Shawn became a different player. He started skipping practice and drinking. During the 1997 finals, Shawn turned up in the game drunk with no interest to play. He scored only 16 points with 11 shots. He was then bought by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So what did he do? He turned up at the training camp overweight and drunk. He spent the season of 1997-1998 getting into shape and game. But that was not fruitful. He went into the world of drugs. Later, he was transferred to the Portland Trail Blazers, where he scored 6.5 points per game. He was suspended and sent to the rehabilitation program. After suspension, he played 2 more seasons for the Magic, but that did not end well. On April 4, 2005, he was arrested for drug possession. Later, he tried for a comeback, but it did not become possible, though he was able to turn his life around. Javaris Critton. The tragedy of Javaris Critton is not hidden from anyone, from a rising all-star talent player to a murderer. There is a lot to process in his career. He was drafted in 2007 by the LA Lakers during the first round. In his first game, he earned 18 points and a winning shot with 1.6 seconds remaining in the game. In 2008, he was sent to the Grizzlies, where he earned his career-high 26 points and a win against the New York Knicks. His fall started in 2009 when he was traded to the Washington Wizards. He got involved in a locker room fight where he and Gilbert Arenas pulled out guns in a dispute over money. Critton was charged with possession of a gun and was sent to probation. After returning, he made a comeback with the Gongagha Lions having a game of 25.6 points. But it didn't last long. In 2011, he was charged with the murder of Julian Jones, a 22-year-old mother of 4. On investigation, he denied any involvement and was released on $230,000 bond bail. But in 2014, his lies were proved, and he was charged with the murder and is currently in prison. Let's go to a little lighter note and talk about Terrence Williams. He was drafted in 2009 along with James Harden and Steph Curry by the New Jersey Nets in a 4-year contract. He proved to be an amazing presence on the court in terms of athleticism, defense, and passing. During his game against the Chicago Bulls in 2010, he scored his career high of 27 points, 13 boards, and 10 assists. But the success got to his head. He started to miss training and showed poor performance. He was sent to the D-Leagues and was recalled after 4 months. During his career from 2010 to 2015, he was drafted into 13 different teams. He was inconsistent and not serious with his practice, and it all came to an end in 2021. He was charged with an insurance fraud suit worth $4 million. He had not been charged. He would have been a valuable asset to the NBA. Stephon Marbury. Sometimes top players can also face a fall like Stephon Marbury. He was in the top 5 drafted players during 1996. He is a 2-time All-Star and a 2-time member of the All-NBA team. He was drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves. With them, he scored 5.8 points and 7-point assists per game and was selected to the 1997 All-Rookie team. He was then traded to the New Jersey Nets, where he scored his career-high 50 points and became an All-Star player. He was then traded to the New York Knicks in 2004. He played in the 2004 U.S. Olympic Games and scored 31 points. During his 2006 season, the Knicks were facing a hard time, and Marbury had a feud with coach Larry Brown, which affected his popularity. But due to public support for Marbury, Larry was fired. Isaiah took his place, and later Marbury has had a feud with him as well. Marbury did not play a season-end game due to his ankle surgery, and when returned, Chris Duhon was the coach. He offered Stephon 31 minutes in the game, but he refused by saying that he had to focus on another business. He then joined the Chinese Basketball League and has been serving as a coach there. Had he stayed, he would have had a legendary career. Eddie Curry. With a 7-foot height and selected in the top 5 drafted players, Eddie Curry started his career with a bang. He showed plenty of promises as a young Bull, and during his first 4 seasons, he became the team's starting center with 16.3 points and 5.3 boards per game. But during his 2004 game, he started complaining of chest pains. Doctors suspected it was some sort of heat condition, but it was not confirmed. He was then traded to the Knicks, where he started his season with 19.5 points and 7 boards per outing. But that was that. During high-stringing season of 2007-2008, he showed up out of shape and overweight with about 400 pounds. For the next 2 seasons, he played 10 games, but not with good performance. Later, he lost his weight up to 240 pounds and tried again with the Miami Heat. But he never showed that promising performance again. He played his last game in 2012. You could say people still harbor anger about his career and the success he could have had. Zion Williamson. A current NBA player that was recently drafted as the #1 player in 2019, Zion Williamson is also facing some issues in his career. He was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team in 2020 and the 4th youngest All-Star NBA player. During his first season, he scored an average of 22.5 points, 6.3 rebounds. He has tied many records, like Michael Jordan's record of the first rookie to score 16 to 20-point games within their first 20 contests and having the highest scoring average throughout his first 24 NBA games. He also set a record as the youngest player in NBA history with 30 points on 90% shooting. Currently, he has the longest streak of at least 20-point games for 25 consecutive games, matching Shaquille O'Neal. In 2021, during his offseason, he suffered an injury and was expected to return in September. But that was not the case, as his injury and health had taken a little toll on him. One of his officials said he'd be in the top 3 if I had any idea what to do with his health. If this keeps on going, it will not be wrong to say that Zion's career can face an end like Eddie Curry. That's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe and see our video. See you next time.